Since the last time we met, which was the banner lineup video, it seems that data miners and leakers have been bombarding us with juicy info. And honestly, all I can say, keep it coming.
Whoa.
But first, before going over what we're covering in this video, I'd like to address the elephant in the room. Yeah, all the allegations are crazy. First off, no offense, but anyone who thinks the voice you're hearing right now is AI might need to borrow a few brain cells.
Damn!
Secondly, I actually have a way to prove it, thanks to a brilliant suggestion from one of you. They said that I should redo the Columbina and Sandrone seed.
Columbina! What did you do that for?
Columbina! What did you do that for? Happy now? This is to teach you to never say false stuff without any real proof backing it up. It's honestly annoying, and it's called false accusation. Anyway, now that the allegations are cleared, let's go over what we're doing in this video. With the amount of info being released, it'd take literally hours to explain it all. But let's be honest, we just need the exact details and fundamentals of the leaks. So yes, that's why I'm here. I'll explain it in such a way that all the information is passed while still saving you as much time as possible. We'll cover the free 4 stars we're getting, the free weapon, and the likes. Aside from that, we'll cover the incredible new weapon coming in 6.2. A weapon so cracked that it literally plans on reviving a dead character. But that's not all, because Genshin seems to be planning on reviving old characters. We've got characters who have been buffed, like Venti, Sucrose, and even Klee. And yeah, we've finally got Durin and Jahoda's kits, roles, and weapons. So yeah, as you might have guessed, this video will be stacked and juicy. Just like this discount at my partner, LD Shop. With our beautiful queens, Nefer, Alachino, and even Farina coming in 6.2, it's pretty obvious that pulling for them will be quite difficult. Well, that's where LD shop, because personally, I'm partnered with them to bring you a 30% discount on all your top-ups, with $100 top-ups going for $70, and even a top-up worth $200 going for $146. Honestly, it's just an offer too good to miss out on. And yeah, if you just so happen to spend over $80 in a month, then that's a free welcome or its equivalent in any 3 other games. You'll only ever need your UID and server. No password nonsense. So yeah, what are you waiting for? Use my link below to grab your juicy discount. Okay, with that said, let's start with the freebies. In 6.2, we can expect a free character, a free weapon, and also free buffs for the existing characters, which we've really just left in the dust. Starting with the free characters, we are given the opportunity to select between 3 4 stars, this being Sucrose, Razor, and Facial. Now, as you might have guessed, the most obvious pick there is Sucrose, and yes, you will be able to get her, even if you never had her. This is a different case from the free limited 5-star we got recently. With that said, Sucrose kit did get a buff, as well as Razor and Facial, but let's be honest, no one's using those other 2 characters. Therefore, I'll only go over Sucrose's buff. But first, I should point out that these are the Witch Coven characters, or in other words, the Hexen Circle members. They all have been buffed so as to work more effectively when paired with each other, and Durin. So for Sucrose, her buff is called Sugar Enhanced, because, you know, Sucrose means sugar, and yeah, I give up. I'm not here to explain Hoyo versus Joke. Anyway, the kit states that when at least 2 Hex characters are added to the team, the Magician Mystery effect will be obtained and the Hex characters will be strengthened. So for context, if you have Sucrose and Razor, or any other Hexen Circle member, you'll get these upcoming buffs for them. For Sucrose, it states that within 15 seconds after summoning a small Wind Spirit, or using her skill, the damage caused by every single attack in the game, like charge and even elemental burst of nearby characters in the team, is increased by 5.7%. Keep in mind that this is in addition to her original buffing capabilities. But hold up, we're just getting started, because within 20 seconds after summoning the large Wind Spirit, all damage are increased by 7.1, instead of the initial 5.7%. Now aside from that, if an elemental transformation occurs, that means if Swirl happens, then all characters in the team will receive a 20% elemental damage bonus during the skill duration. Of course, it's a bonus to the swirled element, and also all nearby magic characters in the team will receive an additional 8.6% corresponding elemental damage bonus, which, let's be honest, is already making Sucrose a far superior to Kazuha when used in these teams, which is both a good and a bad thing, because it means that Durin is shaping up to be mildly team restrictive, but yet still having a very cheap team. Anyway, that's that for Sucrose. Let's move on to the free 4-star weapon in 6.2 and see whether it's something you'll find useful or not. Now, take a look at this weapon. It looks like the free master of the Nightwind sword we got in Natlan. Well, you'd be right. because it seems Genshin forgot to give us that weapon earlier, and they are just gonna give us now. Better late than never, right? Or should I say better late than never? Okay, I'll stop with the jokes. This weapon is simple and straightforward. It gives an easy 5-10 attack and 46% energy recharge. For the passive, it increases the wielder's attack by 28% at R1, and it goes up to 56% at R5. This effect lasts for 8 seconds. Now, we don't know if we could get R5 of this weapon just like we did for the sword, but hey, we've always gotten free R5, so I don't see any reason for them to stop. With that said, this weapon could be great for characters who scale an attack and energy recharge. It's in this category that you'll find Aoife or Oran, or even Venti. Speaking of Venti, Venti is getting a new signature weapon for the 3rd frickin' time. Aside from that, he's also getting a massive kit buff. So let's talk about it. Starting with this weapon. This weapon seems to be the one that matches him the most aesthetically. But that aside, let's talk stats. As expected of a 5-star weapon, it boasts of a whopping 674 attack and a 44% crit damage boost. For the passive, this is where Hoyoverse goes crazy, because at this rate, it's surpassing even Mavuka's weapon passive. So it states that the wielder gains the Rising Dawnwind effect when out of combat for 3 seconds. This effect increases normal attack, elemental skill, and even elemental burst damage by 60%. Additionally, when the wielder is in combat, this number is reduced by 10%, thus making it 50%. Secondly, when the wielder's normal attack, elemental skill, or even elemental burst hits an opponent, the damage of the element swirled will be increased by 10%. This can stack up to 6 times, thus leading to a max damage bonus of 60%. And yes, this effect can trigger even when the character is off-field, thus leading to far greater versatility. But who said we were done? Oh, no. We're just getting started. Because lastly, if the team has the Arcane Rite effect, they'll gain another 20% damage bonus to the respective element that's swirled. As a finishing touch, all these are the values when the weapon is at Refinement 1. At R5, all these numbers are directly doubled. So where we have 60% damage bonus, at R5 it's 120% damage bonus. This is really no joke. Anyways, enough glazing over Venti's weapon without talking about Venti himself. Oh heck no, I'm not reading all of that. You know what guys, I'll summarize it. To put simple, Venti got buffed, his kit is basically getting a rework in such a way that he's shaping up to be a DPS who is capable of being useful in the upcoming meta, which is the Hexen Circle meta. Now to clarify, all the characters that are getting a rework are Venti, Albedo, Klee, and Mona. The remaining characters like Razor and the few other monostat characters are only getting a buff to their buffing capabilities. Now, let's talk about Durin and Jahoda. For Durin, he's simply a 5-star Pyro sub-DPS. That's simply it. Also, I should point out that every single aspect of his kit and constellations are made for self-buffing. So in a way, he isn't buffing any of his teammates. That said, Durin can work in newbie teams simply because of the buffs that the whole team gets from having Hexen Circle members. He's even crazier when paired with Venti. So yeah, newbie owners, I guess you got yourself another buffer. Now for Jahoda, she is a support and a healer. It's that simple. For Durin's weapon, it provides a base attack of 608 and a crit rate of 33.1%. Furthermore, whenever he has the Glory of the King of the Sun effect, the damage caused by the elemental burst is increased by 16% within 3 seconds after the elemental burst hits the enemy. There are a few other substats, so kindly feel free to pause to take a quick look at it all. Now, we have a new world boss. Remember Bobik? Yeah, the big robot from Nod Cry? He was chill and helped us in arranging those crate thingies. Well, Genshin wants us to fight him, and we simply cannot say no, since we'll probably need his resources to level up certain characters. Now lastly, I want to answer a few questions. First of all, we are not getting any new map expansion in 6.2. Secondly, many believe that due to the buff of monostat characters, we can expect a Chronicle banner in relation to that region. Well, sadly, we haven't heard much about it. And to me, I'll still see it as speculation. Fear not though, if I get anything in the future, I'll definitely let you guys know. With all that said, that's a wrap for this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!